Today we would like to explain Ratha Vinida Sutta, the relay chariot Sutta of Majjhima Nikaya. Before we are trying our Dhamma talk, first we should try to pay respect to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times together. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. In this sutta, there is one important question. Venerable Sariputta asks to the Venerable Buddha this question. Kimata auso bhagavati brahmacharya vusati. Now pray, for the sake of what then is the holy life lived under the Blessed One? Anubhada pranibhadanatham kho auso bhagavati brahmacharya hosati. Pray, it is for the sake of final cessation without clinging, Anubhada pranibhadana, that the holy life is lived under the Blessed One. In this way, Venerable Buddha gives the answer. In the same way, today I want to ask you one question. For the sake of what do you live in this Buddha's dispensation? How you will answer? How will you answer? If you want to answer correct in a correct way, you must give the same answer like Venerable Buddha. For the sake of final cessation without clinging, Anubhada pranibhadana, we live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation. In this way, you must give correct answer. If you want to live a holy life in this Buddha's dispensation, what you should first do? There are many suttas which explains how you should live a holy life in this Buddha's dispensation. Among those suttas, Ratha Vinida Sutta is one of them. So today we would like to explain Ratha Vinida Sutta. On one occasion, the Blessed One was living at Rajagaha in the bamboo grove, the squirrel's sanctuary. Then a number of bhikkhus from the Blessed One's native land, who had spent the rains retreat there, went to the Blessed One and, after paying homage to him, sat down at one side. The Blessed One asked them very important question. Bhikkhus, who in my native land is esteemed by the bhikkhus there, by his companions in the holy light. In this way, having few wishes himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on pureness of wishes. Content himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on contentment. secluded himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on seclusion. Aloof from society himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on aloofness from society. Energetic himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on arousing energy. Addicted to Bhaju himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of Bhaju. Addicted to the concentration himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of concentration. Addicted to wisdom himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of wisdom. Addicted to the deliverance himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of deliverance. Addicted to the knowledge and vision of deliverance himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of the knowledge and vision. Knowledge and vision of deliverance. He is one who advises, informs, instructs, urges, rouses, and encourages his companions in the holy life. This is the Buddha's question. At that day, bhikkhus gave the answer to the Buddha in this way. Venerable Sir, the Venerable Bona, the son of Mandani Brahmani, is so esteemed in the Blessed One's native land by the bhikkhus there, by his companions in the holy life in this way. Having few wishes himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on pureness of wishes. Content himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on contentment. Secluded himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on seclusion. Aloof from society himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on aloofness from society. Energetic himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on arousing energy. Addicted to Bhaju himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of Bhaju. Addicted to concentration himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of concentration. Addicted to wisdom himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of wisdom. Addicted to deliverance himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of deliverance. Addicted to the knowledge and vision of deliverance himself, he talks to the bhikkhus on the attainment of the knowledge and vision of deliverance. He is one who advises, informs, instructs, urges, rouses, and encourages his companions in the holy life in this way. Buddha's native land is Kapila Votu. Buddha was born there. Venerable Bona also was born there. But Venerable Bona is not the Sakya. He is the son of one Brahmani called Mandani. He is the nephew of Venerable Kundinya. Venerable Kundinya, before he is going to Himalaya, he think, when the Buddha was expounding Dhamma, at that time Venerable Sariputta is right side, Venerable Mahamoggallana is left side. The leader of right side is the leader of bhikkhus of right side is Venerable Sariputta. The leader of left side of Buddha of bhikkhus is the Venerable Mahamoggallana. But the Venerable Kundinya sit behind the Buddha. At that day, Venerable Sariputta must pay respect to the Buddha as well as to the Venerable Kundinya. In the same way, Venerable Mahamoggallana also must pay respect to the Buddha as well as to the Venerable Kundinya. So Venerable Kundinya think this is not suitable for me, so I should stay alone in the Himalaya in the forest. Before I am going to forest, I should put one attendant on behalf of me near the Buddha. So while he is reviewing, he saw his nephew Venerable Buddha. So he fetched Venerable Buddha and sent to the Buddha. Under the guidance of the Buddha, he ordained Venerable Buddha. And he gave the Venerable Buddha as an attendant on behalf of him. And then he went to Himalaya. Later, Venerable Buddha became Arhat and became famous top Dhammakattika, Dhamma preacher. In this sutta, Buddha gave instruction 10 types of suitable dogs for bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. What are the 10 types of suitable dogs? Number 1, Abhijjo, having few wishes. Number 2, Santotto, content. Number 3, Pavivitto, secluded. Number 4, Asamsato, aloof from society. Number 5, Aradaviriya, energetic. Number 6, Sila Sampanno, attained to virtue. Number 7, Samadhi Sampanno, attained to concentration. Number 8, Pinya Sampanno, attained to wisdom. Number 9, Vimutti Sampanno, attained to deliverance. Number 10, Vimutti Jnana Darsana Sampanno, attained to knowledge and vision of deliverance. Altogether, there are 10 types of suitable dogs. Number 1, Abhijjo. We would like to explain one by one. Number 1, Abhijjo, having few wishes. Concerning about this, commentary explains 4 types of ichcha, 4 types of wishes. Number 1, Adrichata, the person whose desire is in excess. What is the person whose desire is in excess? Saga labe adita sa para labe patana. One bhikkhu does not have contentment with his gains. He always expects others' gains. For example, while offering food to the bhikkhus, lay devotees carry one big pot. They offer food to the bhikkhus one by one. But that the person whose desire is in excess think the food in his bowl very poor quality. The food in others' bowl is very good, high class, very good quality. he there. But actually it is same. The food in his bowl is very few quantity. The food in others' bowl is many quantity. But actually same. So this person is think like that only. In the same way, when you are eating, you may see others plate. Oh, in her plate a lot of food. In my plate only few quantity. Such type of desire is not good for bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. Venerable Bona, he had no such desire. He always admonished not to have such type of desire to his companions, to his bhikkhus. Therefore, while eating, you should not try to see others' plate, others' bowl. You must concentrate on your food and please reflect with reflecting knowledge. Please eat, it is better. Number 2 is Pabaichata. The person who has evil intention. The person who has evil intention means what? Commentary explains Asanda Guna Sambhavana. One who has no such good qualities, but he reveals he has such and such good qualities. For example, Sada. Faith. Faith means strong, powerful faith to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha in the workings of karma. But he had educated such faith. But he revealed, oh, I have a lot of faith to the Buddha, to the Dhamma, to the Sangha, workings of karma, etc. Then, although he or she may tell in this way, but she had no such competence. Then sila, virtue. He or she has no virtue. Purification of virtue. She always he always break down his virtue, his sila. But he or she pretends, I have purification of virtue. Such type of intention is revealing unreal good qualities to others. Venerable Bona never urge others also to do like that. So, as a bhikkhu or as a bhikkhuni, if you want to live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation, you must try purification of virtue, but you should not reveal, I have purification of virtue to others. This is not good. Then, Bahusutta. Bahusutta means general knowledge. There are two types of Bahusutta. Number 1 is learning knowledge. Number 2 is practical knowledge. Learning knowledge is Priyati Bahusutta. Practical knowledge is by practicing Samatha Vipassana, he actually penetrates ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality, and dependent origination. But actually, one who has evil intention, he is not expert in Priyati learning knowledge. But he boasts, I am PhD. But this is really he do not understand Dhamma well. But he pretends I understand Dhamma well. This is problem. Then he actually does not penetrate ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality, independent origination by direct knowledge. But he pretends, oh, I also understand this Nama Rupa. I also understand this dependent origination, Paticca Samuppada. In this way, he or she reveals to others. For what reason? to get more gains in offerings. This is his intention or her intention. But if you want to live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation, such type of evil intention is not suitable. Venerable Pona, he had never such intention. Why? He had already begun Arhat. Such type of evil intention produced by defilements. His Arhat knowledge already destroyed these different types of defilements. So he had pure mind. In the same way, he also admonished to other bhikkhus not to have such type of evil intention. Another one is arada viriya, excessive effort to practice samatha and vipassana. Actually, he or she has no such excessive effort to practice samatha and vipassana, but he or she pretends I have such type of excessive effort to practice samatha and vipassana, and he or she reveals his excessive effort to others. This is just telling lie only. So, as a bhikkhu or bhikkhuni, we should not do like that. If we want to live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation. Another one is samadhi sampanna, attain to concentration or endowed with concentration. Maybe 6 or 7 years ago, when I'm teaching meditation in Paul, one foreigner informed me she wants to meditate in her room only. Why? I asked. Or in meditation hall, within 1.5 hours later, bell is striking. Many people are going to here and there. Therefore, she cannot meditate continuously for a long time. She wants to meditate continuously for a long time in her room. Foreigners never tells lie, I believe. So because of this reason, oh, very good, I permit. Then while informing me when we are doing interview, how long can you concentrate? Well, oh, I can concentrate 6 hours. Oh, very good. But one day someone told me, Sarah, not true. You should try to check. So I investigate. Then we understand it is not true. So, although she had no samadhi, no concentration, but she revealed to others she can concentrate 6 hours. Oh. Is it good? So, we should not tell, we should not reveal such experience to others. Why she don't like that? Because she want to get more gains and offerings from others. So such type of intention is evil intention, unwholesome dhamma. Buddha never praised such type of evil intention. So if you want to live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation, you must not do like that. Another one is Pinyawa. He or she has no Vipassana Pinya insight knowledge and Magga Pinya path knowledge. But he or she pretends to have such Vipassana insight knowledge and path knowledge. For example, when we are doing interview, we ask many questions to meditators. Do you see Jivita? life faculty in the club? Oh, I can see. Actually, he or she does not see. But then, please tell me, how do you see Jivita life faculty? If we ask again, he or she cannot report in the right way. So, in the same way, while you are practicing Rupa Kamatana, material meditation subject, the most difficult ones are nutritive essence, oja, life faculty, Jivita, and sex determining materiality, bhava, rupa. These three types of rupas are very difficult. But some meditators, they report according to their own actual nature. If they do not see, they say, I cannot see. It is very easy for us to teach them. Why? She or he is honest. So honest persons are very easy to teach. But if they pretend, if they have evil intention, such type of persons are very difficult to teach. Because behind they told, oh, it is not true. We do not believe. Because he or she actually does not see. Because of this reason, she is telling like that. So, please try not to accuse Buddha's Dhamma. If you do not see, then you can say, I cannot see. If you see, then you can say clearly, I can see in this and in that way. It is better. Although you have no vipassana panya, don't disappoint. If you try according to Buddha's instruction systematically, stage by stage, one day, you can realize Nibbana. So don't disappoint. But evil intention is not good. If you want to live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation, Pinariva Buddha have no such evil intention. He also always admonished to others not to have such type of evil intention. Another one is Khina Swa Arhat. Although he is or she is actually not Arhat, she or he pretends, I am Arhat. Such type of revealing to others is called evil intention, very worse. Tricking to the majority of people. Such people are worse in this Buddha's dispensation. So altogether there are 7 facts. Combining these 7 facts in brief, if we explain, Pabaichada means the person who has evil intention. Although he does not possess virtue, concentration and wisdom, he pretends having them with intention to get more gains and offerings from others. So such type of evil intention is not good. If you want to live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation, so please try not to become Papecha person, the person who has evil intention. Number 3 is Mahechata, the person who is full of desire and greedy. What is the meaning? Sanda Guna Sambhavana. He or she has number 1 Saddha, competence, number 2 Sila, concentration, and Sila Bhaju, number 3 Bhusuddha, general knowledge, number 4 Arada Viriya, excessive effort, number 5 Samadhi, concentration, Number 6, Vinyawa Vipassana insight. But he or she want to reveal such good qualities to others. Such type of intention Buddha never praised. So, why he do like that? He want more gains, to get more gains and more offerings. Such type of intention is not good. So because of this reason, Maheshada means the person who is full of desire and greedy. He endowed with virtue, concentration and wisdom and wishes to reveal it. While accepting gifts, he knows no limit. He do not understand limitation. Such type of person is called Maheshada, the person who is full of desire and greedy. If you want to live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation, you should not be such type of person. Number 4, Abhijjhata, the person who has few wishes. Such type of person is always Sanda Guna Niguhana. Conceal their good qualities, not to reveal to others. Although he endowed or she endowed with virtue, concentration, wisdom, he or she does not wish to reveal it. While accepting offering of 4 requisites, he or she knows limit. Such type of person is called Abhijjhata, the person who has few wishes. Commentary explains in this case with one story about Mijjhantika Thera. Mijjhantika Thera Bhikkhu is, on those days, he is senior Bhikkhu. He is the head of Sangha. But he lived in a very, very simple life. His robes are very poor quality, very rodent, maybe batsman like Paul Sierra's robe. So, one day, when there is one ceremony, King Asoka offered many monasteries in India. One day he do sharing merit. In this ceremony, Mijjhantika Thera is the head of Sangha. So he want to promote the Saddha, confidence of faith of King Asoka. Why? He is great supporter to our Buddha's Sasana. Because of this reason, he want to support this king. So he went to that ceremony. But workers, they think this bhikkhu is old one, but not suitable to go to this ceremony. So they told, one day, please wait for a while outside. Later you can come. In this way they prohibit. At that time, Mijjhantika Thera think, oh, I should promote this king because he had a lot of support to our Buddha Sasana. If I do not promote, who will promote this king? So, with his psych power, he goes into the earth, appear on his seat, accept offerings, but he understands his limit. And then quickly he go down into the earth and go back to his monastery. But no one knew him, he do like that. They think the head of Sangha in his seat, he received his offering. In this way only they understand. No one knew he is Arhat. No one knew he had such power. So such type of bhikkhu is called Appecha bhikkhu, who has few wishes only. They don't want to reveal their good qualities. So if you want to live in this Buddha's dispensation a holy life for the final cessation without clinging, Anubhada Parinibbana, you must emulate these examples. So there are 4 types of Appecha. Number 1, Pichya Appecha, one who has few wishes for requisites. What is the meaning? Commentary explains 3 types of meaning. Number 1, Dayagasa Vasan Janadi. One must understand the desire of donor. Number 2, Deya Dhammasa Vasan Janadi. One must understand the desire of offering. Number 3, Adano Dhamman Janadi. One must understand his limit. What is the meaning? If the donor, there are many offerings. Although there are many offerings, the donor wants to offer only a few quantity. Then according to Dayaga's desire, we must accept only a few quantity. We should not tell, oh, many, please give me another one. In this way we must not tell. According to his own desire, we must follow. Number 2, Deya Dhammasa Vasan Janadi. We must try to understand the desire of offering. What is the meaning? The donor has a lot, sada. He wants to offer a lot, but offerings are few quantity only. If the offerings are a few quantity, we must try to accept just few quantity. We should not take all, because he wants to share other bhikkhus also. So we must understand such nature. Number 3, Adano Dhamman Janadi. The donor also wants to offer a lot. There are also many offerings, but at the day the receiver must understand his limit. According to his contentment only he must accept. He should not accept more. Such type of person is called Pichya Appecha, one who has few wishes for requisites. Number 2, Dudinga Appecha. One practicing ascetic practice, he does not wish to reveal her or his ascetic practice to others. Commentary explains 2 stories. One is Sasanika Mahasumana Thera. Mahasumana Thera lived in cemetery for 60 years, 60. For 60 years, no one knew he lived in Sasanika for many years. He never mentioned his stay in cemetery to others. Another story is 2 brothers. 2 brothers stay in Chediya Papada, Chediya Hill in Sri Lanka. All brothers practice ascetic practice. Especially he take 1 meal a day for 50 years, 50. One day, young brother, while going for alms round, get sugar canes. The donors offered to him sugar cane, telling that this is for your old brother. So he carried sugar cane for his old brother. But at that day, his old brother was, after me, washing his mouth. The young brother told his old brother, Venerable Pandit, this sugar cane is offered to you by such and such donors. Please receive this cane. Oh, enough. In this way, old brother told, but young brother do not know. His old brother is taking 1 meal a day for many years. He does not know. So he told, are you taking ascetic bright days? Are you practicing ascetic bright days? He asked such question. But old brother never say yes, because he don't want to reveal his virtue. So because of this reason, oh please break. And then he takes sugar cane. And then after that he re-established his ascetic practice again. So such type of persons are called few wishes. While practicing ascetic practice, he does not reveal to show his ascetic practice to others. If you want to live in this holy life for the sake of final cessation without clinging, Anubbada Parinibbana, you should emulate these stories. Another one is Priyati Apecho, number 3. Accomplishing and learning, but he does not wish to reveal to others. Commentary explains one story about Saketa Tesathira. Saketa Tesathira can recite 3 Pitakas orally together with commentaries. One day he got a lot of samvega, sense of spiritual urgency, because of one of his disciples' admonishment. So he went to a forest and he practiced samatha and vipassana diligently. Rains retreat finished on the full moon day of rains retreat last month. He got opportunity to train Dhamma talk to this assembly of bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, etc. At that time only, after listening his Dhamma talk, bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, lay devotees, they understand he is expert in learning knowledge. But he never revealed he is expert in learning knowledge. If you want to live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation, you must emulate such type of bhikkhus. Number 4, Adhigama Apecho. Attaining the path and fruition knowledge, but he does not wish to reveal it to others. Like Venerable Anuruddha, Venerable Nandiya, and Venerable Kimila. They stay in Royal Park, National Park, practicing diligently samatha and vipassana. But they don't want to reveal others they attain such and such path and fruition knowledge. If you want to live holy life in this Buddha's dispensation, you must emulate such examples. Oh, time is finished. We must continue next week.